Okay. So, we're going to talk for a little bit. Not sure which clips. Okay, so I already recorded this type of video talking about Bounty Hunter. I went a lot more in depth. Basically, I put the video link in the description of the video I'm referencing. Basically, it was two Jagex moderators talking about Bounty Hunter removal and the redistribution of the rewards. So basically, in the video I had recorded, it was me watching video, pausing video, commentating on it. 46-minute video, I think it was. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you guys sit through and listen to 46 minutes. So basically, I've kind of written down some of the key points from that video. Once again, I'll put the link to the video in the description so that you guys can actually watch the video for yourselves and see exactly what they're talking about and form your own opinions. These are just my opinions and where I see this going. Now, Bounty Hunter is removed tomorrow. So I'm going to do a video on the actual removal, what it's like, if I like it or not, once the redistribution act is actually kind of implemented in game. So let's get started talking about this. So one of the key points in the video is Bounty Hunter emblems. What's going to happen to them? So the current plan, as of that video that they posted, is that you'll get them from. Okay, so you won't start out with an emblem. To get an emblem, you'll need to finish a Slayer assignment or buy one with Slayer points from a Slayer Master. So these emblems, they're a wilderness only item. You can only use them, function them, etc. in the wilderness. So, kind of getting into the first thing that I dislike about the way they're doing emblems is the upgrade system. So, in order to upgrade your emblem, each tier has a certain amount of points required in order to upgrade it. In the video, I think they did tier 5 to tier 6. That's what they kind of showcased. And it took 900 points in order to upgrade it from tier 5 to tier 6. The reason I don't like this system is because they also say in the video, for each completed assignment, you only get 100 points. So think about that. Let's think about that. Say you get, I don't know, 200 something abyssal demons. Not that hard. Now add on to the fact that you're going to have a lot of PKers coming after you. It makes it a little bit more difficult. It also is a little bit difficult, and this is another key point from the video. It's also difficult when you think about the fact that you have to have the emblem in your inventory for the entirety of that Slayer task. So say you have 200 abyssal demons. You kill one, and you see your inventory and you're like, shit, I don't have my emblem. You run back to the bank, grab your emblem. Turns out, even if you grab your emblem, it doesn't matter. You already killed one of them. Your task went down, 1 kill. So now that entire assignment is voided for the points added on to your emblem. That's another key issue that I have with it. I understand why they did it. Basically they did it so you can't kill all your task and then leave one, run back to the bank, grab it, bam, kill that last one, get it upgraded, no risk involved. But it's going to be very strict when it comes to it's more of an annoyance, I would say, is that if you forget that emblem, you're kind of screwed for that assignment. Going back to the point system in order to upgrade your emblem, basically what they say in the video is you get 100 points per task that you complete. If you die, though, if you're a PKer and I kill that person who has a tier 6, let's say they just upgraded it to tier 6, I'm only going to get half the points uh, of that emblem, of what that emblem is worth, added onto an emblem if I have it in my inventory. So if I don't have an emblem in my inventory, I get nothing besides, of course, the gear that they risk, which is typically nothing. So, I don't know, the system that they're implementing isn't the greatest as far as that point system. I would have preferred it if they made a system that takes into account how far into your task, well, a system for upgrading them. Let me clarify a little bit. I wish they had an equation that took into account how far into your task you were, how long you've been in the wilderness, how much risk you have. I wish there was an equation that they came up with that would factor in all those and would give you a higher chance of upgrading your emblem based on how long you spend in the wilderness, how much you actually risk, and how far into your task you were. Because that kind of tackles two of the main, or at least one of the main issues of that PKers have is not that many people risk. You got to give them an incentive to risk. So I think they could have done it a little bit differently, but I don't know. The wilderness is going to be a little hot for a little bit. A little hot for a little bit. It's going to be hot for a little bit as far as PVMers and PKers go. So, kind of piggybacking off that from a PKing standpoint, killing people in the wilderness, nothing's changed. You basically get a little bit more incentive to kill people. You get a little bit more incentive to risk your emblem, etc. It's nothing's really changed for PKing besides the fact there's going to be more people and you have another reason to kill them. So, yeah, the only issue is with the whole update, like I said before, it doesn't do anything for PKers if A, they don't have an emblem, or B, the person you're killing doesn't have an emblem. So there's kind of that whole aspect of it. Another issue I had with the video and what they're going to is they scrapped a lot of Mod Pie's original document when he was kind of brainstorming this idea. And that was the Wilderness Bandit camps. So why I think that's going to have kind of a detrimental effect on the wilderness is the fact that you're not really adding anything new to the wilderness. You're taking items that are currently already obtainable through the wilderness and just making it so you don't have to go to a specific world and sit there and farm with your best friend. They just took a group activity and made it into a solo activity, which I don't mind. The majority of the stuff I do is solo on this game. So I don't know. It's hard right now. It's kind of hard seeing what kind of long-term effect this has on the wilderness. Short-term, there's going to be a lot of people in the wilderness. That's all you need to know. There's going to be Warriors patch. I forgot. Just before I go into the redistribution, well, I'll talk about the rewards because this kind of goes along with it. So the redistribution, Ancient Warriors patch is going to Revenants. Amulet of the Forsaken is going to Borrows. The tier, what were they? 87 weapons, Obliteration, Decimation, and was it Annihilation? Obliteration, Decimation, Annihilation. I think that's the three weapons. They're gonna still be only in the shop. So that was an issue I had. Before, in Mod Pie's document, those were going to be redistributed to the bandit camps. A high-level reward for a high-level fight. And that's what excited me. Mostly the high-level fight, because it would bring risk. You'd have to use better gear in the wilderness. It would bring that risk into the wilderness, and it would bring a long-term money-making method to the wilderness. Something that's actually worth it. There isn't very many higher level money making methods in the wilderness, so that is having a huge impact on the people that are in the wilderness. So going back to the redistribution, they are adding pets to revenants. So before, some of you guys might have them, some of you guys might not. I hope majority of you guys know about them. The revenant pets. It was previously based on, I think it was your ELO rating, your ELO score in Bounty Hunter. The higher your score, the better revenant pet you would have. Now it's going to be an item that's dropped from revenants. You'll get a revenant essence, I think it was, or spirit gem, or I forget what they called it. It's in the video though. Basically, you'll get that as a drop from revenants. It's a really rare item, and you'll unlock the first revenant pet. Now after that, you can get the drop again, which will unlock the next revenant. I think there's 13 tiers going all the way up to dragon. And I am actually kind of excited about this because it'll put a little bit of an emphasis on revenants and 4th dungeon in general. But also because personally, I think the revenant pets look pretty cool, which is surprising for me because I'm not a huge fan of the whole pets and what they look like, etc. I kind of wish they had a function to them or a bonus to them, etc. that would make them worth getting. I don't know, that's just me. So, yeah, just going back to what I was talking about, long term, hard to see. That's why I want to kind of make another video once the update is actually implemented. Short term though, more people in the wilderness. If you're not a PK and you're planning on going to the wilderness to do something, make sure you're good at running, make sure you're good at your defensive abilities, and yeah, don't do anything that you or don't use anything that you're not willing to risk. So, let me just kind of think back really quickly. Was there anything else that they're talking about? Oh yeah. So if any of you guys do Slayer, you know that there are sometimes special boss tasks in which you can kill bosses and get bonus experience, I think it is. I don't know, it's been a while. Yeah, so Chaos Elemental, King Black Dragon, and Corporal Beast are going to be a part of that for the wilderness. I have an issue, some of you guys might realize it, or might know what I'm talking about. 2 of those 3 are not actually in the wilderness, which I have an issue with. So, the only thing I can think of that I know a lot of people would be against this is, personally, I would like to see King Black Dragon and Corporal Beast. I'd like to see them as a PvP zone, mainly because they are in the wilderness, but odds are that's not going to happen anytime soon, so whatever. That was one just little side annoyance, pinprick that was kind of annoying me a bit. But yeah, quick little update on what I've been up to. I haven't posted anything because I was working on a video. Got about halfway through making the video, realized that I can make it better if I waited until this Bounty Hunter update went through. So that's why I haven't uploaded that. Got into the mobile beta. Found out that you can't legacy PK on the mobile beta. Kind of annoying. So I'm working on setting up an EOC interface, etc. that I can actually PK with. That's not going to, odds are, make me be smited. So possibly mobile beta PKing in the future. Possibly, maybe. A little hesitant on it, but it might be coming. Who knows? Depends on how you guys feel about that. But yeah, Bounty Hunter update rolls out tomorrow, so odds are I'll be PKing. So if you guys are trying to kill me, look for me in the wilderness. So, pretty much think that's everything. I can't really think of anything else. So yeah, hope you guys are having a spectacular day as always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Little side note. So, just really quickly, one of you guys asked me what I feel about the Mining Smithing update and Elite Dungeons, how I think they have affected PvP, whether it be negatively, positively. I'm going to try minutes, 14-minute long video so far, so we're just going to quickly try to do this in under 20 minutes. So, what do I think about that? Well, I don't like it, but I don't think they've had a significant impact on PvP. Why don't I like it? Well, because Jagex is just doing what Jagex has always done, and this relates to Elite Dungeons. I'll talk about mining and smithing in a little bit. Elite Dungeons, Jagex is doing what Jagex has always done, which is just pushing up the tier ceiling. Why don't I like this? Well, basically it's because eventually you're going to hit a quote unquote god item. So yeah, when you get it's so when you keep pushing the gear tier, etc., weapon tier higher and higher, it devalues some of the quote the higher level items. That is, I'm kind of rambling. Basically, in my mind, it makes it harder for people to get into PvP because they're not willing to risk in the beginning. I wasn't willing to risk a whole lot when I was new to PKing. So you'll have people, veteran PKers, who are using these god items, these super high level tier or high tier weapons, augmented, max augmentations, etc. And you get someone coming in with a royal crossbow. Let's say that. They don't stand a chance. It's basically what happened to me. I used to PK with the royal crossbow because I wanted to show that you can PK with entry level items. Eventually, I had to upgrade to a Nox. And that's because I was starting to go up against veteran PKers who knew what they were doing, so I could balance it out a little bit better, put the odds more in my favor. So when you keep adding high tiered gear and you don't add anything in between there, it makes it harder for newer people to come into PKing, especially when you have a part of the game where you don't have any guides for like PvP. You have guides for skilling, you have guides for PK, or not PKing, PVMing, but bossing, etc. You don't have any guides for PvP. So that's one issue that needs to be addressed, and I've talked about that. What needs to be done? Jagex needs to back a YouTuber or something, or make an in-house video for PvP. But as far as backing a YouTuber, I've talked about why I don't like that, or why I don't think it will ever happen. Well, basically because they're putting their name on that and their reputation on that YouTuber. He fucks up. He decides, hey, I want to go scam some people. I want to make this video. I want to fuck up. I want to do this. It hurts their reputation. So I can't see them doing that. As far as mining smithing, I like it. Why do I like it? It redistributes, or it kind of reorganizes the current tiers a bit and adds new tiers of gear within the current tier. It didn't add too many higher tier. It did add the masterwork armor, that type of stuff, but it added stuff in between those tiers for mid-level players, endgame players, etc. to use. That's not going to cost them bank, and they can use it to get into PKing. Now, the only issue is they're all melee. Melee is more of a let's go to Edgeville and duke it out type style. What I would like to see is a crafting rework, or revitalization, however you want to do it. Fletching, basically do what they did, but to all of the crafting skills. And that way you can make range armor, you can make magic armor, and they'll have bonuses, etc. That's what I like to see. So, as far as elite dungeons go, it's fun. They're fun. They're kind of like an endgame thing, but I don't like that the rewards are just, bam, new high-tiered gear. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. So, once again, hope you guys are having a spectacular day. See you guys in the next video.